This video is for educational purposes only.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Good evening, friends. Today we do a video about knife defense. Lately, I saw a couple of videos, more than a couple of videos actually, about knife defense because the world is getting more dangerous. And especially in Germany, we have a rising crime rate when it comes down to knife attacks. And suddenly, many videos pop up about how can a regular person defend himself against a knife attack. So first of all, we have to talk about with what kind of knives these criminal people walking around, and it's not what you think. Most of the people think that criminals walking around with high-end knives, like your typical combat knife. Not true. Some people think criminals walking around with a dagger like this. Not true. Some people think criminals walking around with a bushcraft knife like this. No. And the typical World of Warcraft player thinks people walking around with things like this. To tell you the truth, the criminals who are walking around with a knife, they don't walk around with a combat knife or dagger or machete in most parts, or a bushcraft knife or whatever. They're walking around with a kitchen knife. This is my kitchen knife, and yes, I know every blade that I own is black. Even my freaking kitchen knife is freaking black. But this knife, these are the typical knives that criminals carry all the time because these knives are affordable and you have easy access. You can buy these knives in every store, in practically every store. You don't have to order it via Amazon or whatever. If you're a crazy person and you want to do damage to other people, a kitchen knife is the way to go for them. And with the rising crime rates when it comes down to knife attacks and things like that, this is what I said in the beginning, a lot of videos pop up when it comes down to knife defense and all these fancy movements in a safe environment and things like that, and some kind of, I don't know, self-defense guy who's training for 20 years plus or whatever. They show you certain kind of moves that you can learn to counterattack a knife attack. And now you have a lot of videos who pop up on Instagram or YouTube or X or whatever when some people want to teach people who are sitting somewhere and watching videos how to defend themselves in a street fight scenario with knives involved. But I think it's really, really dangerous. It's very dangerous. So I don't know what to say more. It's fucking dangerous. You can't teach people with a video how to defend themselves against a freaking knife. You can't do it. But you have more and more videos when some kind of like martial arts teacher want to show people out there what it's about to fight another person with a knife in his hand. You know, it's fucking disgusting, and it's clickbaiting, and it's fucking bullshit, because when you train how you would act if someone's attacking you with a knife, you train in a safe environment. All the movements, the teacher talks about what he's going to do next. And you know exactly what this guy is going to do, that he can teach you the movement to counter the attack. Yeah, that's the point. This is a false promise of security. And they think if they watch many of these videos and try to recreate the movements that you need to counter a knife attack, and they walking around on the streets with a false security feeling, and at least maybe they get stabbed because, yeah. You what? In a real street fight, if someone's attacking you with a knife, run. This is the only thing that really helps. Run. Turn around and run. It doesn't matter how hard you think you are. It doesn't matter that maybe you think you can overcome this person because he's smaller or maybe not bulked up like fucking Hulk or whatever. No, turn and run. This is the most serious advice that I can give to people. And I was 20 years in martial arts. I was in the military. I know what I'm talking about. If you have the chance, turn and run. It doesn't matter if this guy is only 4'9" or whatever and weighs maybe 30 pounds. A knife is deadly. A knife is fucking deadly. So don't be these tough guy dudes who are walking around and thinking, yeah, if someone's coming at me with a knife, I don't know, I whoop his fucking ass. No, no. It's a split second and you're gone. This is my advice. So if you have the chance and someone's attacking you with a knife, don't try to follow rules from a freaking YouTube video who tells you that you can fight against a person with a knife. Turn and run. Don't believe these false freaking bullshit videos out there. When people telling you that you can train in your home a street fight scenario, if you have the chance, turn and run. If you're unarmed, if you don't carry a gun or whatever, and you can defend yourself properly, you should maybe thinking about giving your shit to the person who attacking you with a knife if they want something from you. Or if you have the chance, scream the hell out of your lungs, turn your back and fucking run. Don't believe these bullshit knife defense videos. It's total crap. You can't defend yourself in a street fight scenario because you can train certain movements, but you can't train when some stranger who you know nothing about comes at you with a knife. This situation is so unpredictable, it's over before you thought it would start. Don't believe these bullshit clickbait freaking videos. If you're in the situation that someone comes at you with a knife, turn and run. Run as fast as you can. But I have to say something. If you want to be prepared on the streets, you have to learn to be aware of your surroundings. Most of the people walking around with earbuds and looking at their smartphone and walking the streets and chatting on some fucking app or whatever, and they don't watch in the streets. They don't watch in their surroundings. The first thing I learned in the military or in the martial arts was be aware of your surroundings. If you see some kind of shady people coming at you, just turn and walk another way. Be aware of your surroundings. So if you like what I do, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. See you next time. Goodbye.